To stop coloring your hair, it seems like such a small choice, right? After all, it's only hair. But the truth is, transitioning to silver hair transitions so much more than what's on the outside. It transitions who you are on the inside. And today, I want to share with you 5 ways this journey can change you. And some of these ways might be not what you expected. The first thing silver changes is your confidence. And it's not the kind of confidence that comes from just fitting in, but it comes from stepping out. You see, when you stop chasing someone else's idea of what beauty is, you start standing stronger in what your own idea of beauty is, and you realize you don't have to hide anymore. For me, I spent years making sure that not a single gray hair could be seen on my head. I bought the box dyes, I sat in the salon chair, and I did all of the things. But when I finally let my silver just come out, I got a big surprise. The world didn't end like I thought that it would. Instead, I realized that I was walking taller and stronger than I ever did before. And I think that was because I realized I didn't have to hide anymore. If you're new here, welcome to Silver and Grace. My name is Marlena, and this channel was called Silver and Grace for a reason. And silver isn't only going to be about gray hair. It's about all of the things that we've survived to get us to where we are at this present time, to where we can embrace our beauty and wisdom and the strength that it took us to get here. And the grace part, well, that's how we're going to carry it all forward. Second thing that transitioning to silver can teach you is confidence. And that confidence, it leads you straight to self-acceptance. When you let your silver grow, you're able to face yourself in the mirror every day without covering up anymore. And little by little, you learn to show up as you are. You realize that beauty isn't about pretending you're younger or hiding the truth about your age. Beauty is about embracing your inward beauty, the part of you that nobody else gets to see unless you want them to see that. That's your choice. It's something that you choose to show. And that inner beauty, your patience, your kindness, your wisdom, your soul, that's your authentic beauty. Society has spent decades teaching us that beauty is only what we see on the outside of someone. But the truth is, the most radiant and lasting beauty is the beauty that shines from the inside. For me, this part of the journey becomes very deeply personal. After COVID, I lost about 1/3 of my hair. And that was devastating. And in that moment, I made a promise to God. I said, God, if you would just spare me any of my hair, I promise to never dye my hair again, and I will be grateful for the hair that you've given me. Well, that vow sure changed everything for me. From that day forward, I never dyed my hair again. And that vow, it changed everything for me in that moment. I realized that my hair, my silver hair, wasn't something that I should hide. It was something that I should honor. It wasn't just hair anymore. It was actually a gift. For the first time, I saw my silver as not a flaw, but as a crown. And that just changed my whole perspective. It reminds me that caring for my hair and this body is another way that I can honor him. Of course, acceptance doesn't just happen overnight. I can attest to that. It can be a really messy process. Your roots are showing and it gets stressful and you feel pretty yucky when you look at yourself in the mirror. But I had to just keep reminding myself to be patient, that I felt like something was going on that was bigger than me. And so it taught me patience, and it was a type of patience that taught me to learn how to sit with the uncomfortable and to finally let go of all the pressure I felt to be perfect. It reminded me over and over again that life isn't about rushing to the polished finish line. It's about finding peace during the actual process of living it. During my transition, there were so many times that I just wanted to grab that box of dye, and I felt ugly and messy, but I just kept hanging on because I felt like it was really teaching me something. And I realized the longer I stayed with it, it was teaching me a type of patience that I never had before. And when you learn that type of patience, it leads you to freedom. And the kind of freedom where you don't have any more endless appointments sitting in the salon chair. I didn't have to worry about my roots anymore. I just let it go. And that felt really good. And that type of freedom, it's very hard to come by, and you don't know that you've missed it if you've never had it before. And I'm not talking about just freedom from dyeing my hair. It becomes freedom of fear and freedom of judgment, freedom from the fear of aging itself, fear of being seen less than. That weight that you've been carrying around for decades, you can finally just set it free. I'll never forget the moment I realized the freedom that I was experiencing. It literally felt like I was letting out a breath that I had been holding on to for decades. But the most powerful shift, I think, of all is the authenticity that it gives you. Because once you stop hiding, you stop living for other people's approval. Now, some people will love your gray hair and some people will hate it, but you know what? That's okay. The only question that's left for you is this: do you love you? And that answer more than ever becomes yes over and over again, and you will find that out. When I first started showing all my silver hair, I got mixed reactions for sure. You know, some people were coming up, oh, I love what you're doing, and other people, and surprisingly, the people who were probably closest to me were like, are you sure that you know what you're doing? And I laugh about it now because that was the shift. I realized that I wasn't doing it for anyone else. I was doing it for myself, and I was keeping a vow that was very sacred to me. So when you think about your silver, don't just see hair. See confidence, patience, and freedom. See the story that you lived and the strength that you've earned. And always remember, you are radiant, confident, and unapologetically, beautifully you. That's what Silver and Grace is all about. This isn't just a channel about hair. It's about life. It's about seeing beauty in the places that society has taught us to hide. It's about honoring our stories, our faith, and our lives. And in my very next video, we're going to talk about what so many of us Gen X women have lived through for decades. The lie we were told about beauty. From the 70s till the 2000s, society has trained us to believe that beauty only comes in young, tan, thin, and forever fighting age. And that lie shaped how we saw ourselves in the mirror all these years. And it's time to break free from that mindset. If this resonates with you, you won't want to miss what's coming next. I'd like to leave you with this if I could. Every silver strand is a thread in the fabric of your story, and your story deserves to be heard. So from my heart to yours, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.